again to William Ware Games Corner. Seance of Blake Manor draws near. Will I have time to solve the remaining mysteries before 9 today? It's already almost 7. And I still need to... I haven't had a chance to even meet Walter Blake. I have no idea about Simon Conventry. I need to investigate room 22. I'm going to go back there now. For Callaghan, I need to find the correspondence with Miss Deane, which I haven't yet, so no idea. I need to find more components and apparently still investigate room 9, even if I just did that again. Mr. Ruffin has disappeared, so not sure I'm gonna be able to do anything with him. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go to, and I'm almost certain I won't be able to solve the Marquess mystery because I missed lunch. So yeah, I'm gonna go to room 22 and see if I find something I missed. After the terrible events of not seeing the numbers in the stable, I just need to be very careful about what I have examined. I'm also thinking that missing correspondence from Miss Deane could be anywhere. For example, inside some of these jack-o'-lanterns, I was thinking. What's that? When was this? Was this here all the time? A locket with the initials ED inscribed on the front. Evelyn Deane, perhaps? Oh, there's a sigil cut into one side, and a small vial of blood on the other. What is this doing here? Has this been here all the time? Room 22, from my notes, that is where Mr. Coventry is staying. Have I been missing the main things? First, Mr. Coventry. Yeah, I don't need to investigate room 22 anymore. What I do need to do is go back to room 15. Because that sigil will allow me to access the documents. That one. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to start this one. Okay, what's this? Are these Miss Deane's private notes? What did she want to hide so dearly? It's apparent I was right. I had little doubt, of course, but the jump from instinct to confirmation has been beyond imagining. I am the descendant of a Milesian ruler, one among 3. My power is not imagined, nor subjective. It is written in the authority of blood. Those curling waves emblemize. Let me. It's written in the authority of blood. Those curling waves emblemize my blood. Power is for the deserving, it said. I thought it ominous at first, even a trap. But it's clear I was paranoid. Perhaps it is simply the truth. That connects with Mr. Finn's bloodline, who is descendant from the sorcerer rulers of the Milesians. The symbol of Miss Deane's note is the same as the one on Mr. Finn's back. They must both be descendant from the same powerful Milesian tribe. Miss Deane's bloodline. Vial of blood. Locket initials. And now I have a hypothesis. Miss Deane attended because an invite promised information about her ancient power, about her powerful Milesian ancestors.
Someone invited Miss Deane to the manor. Someone who knew about her Milesian lineage.
They also seem to believe that she is a wellspring of magical potential.
I've known people who are happy to exploit the skills of others. Did Miss Deane's mysterious correspondent really help her from the goodness of their heart? Or rather, what were they getting out of it for themselves? Can I learn anything about the culprit from this?
They know Miss Deane. They do not know Miss Deane. They are Milesians themselves. He's an organizer. They know Miss Deane?
That seems unlikely. Their entire message is built on intrigue and trust. If she met them, and it was somebody she knew, it could be enough to chase her away.
They do not know Miss Deane?
This is likely true. They admit they are a stranger, and that is certainly true. Their entire message is built on intrigue and trust. If she met them, and it was somebody she knew, it could be enough to chase her away. Given that, I am looking for somebody with no prior history with Miss Deane. I have picked up another fact. I wonder if there's anyone I could eliminate. And if not, what investigating can I do to allow me to learn some useful facts about the suspects?
Mr. Resolved Miss Deane's attendance. She was invited on the promise of knowledge and power. Now, Mr. Finn, I don't have any reason to think he knew Miss Deane. Miss Callaghan knew Miss Deane before she arrived at the manor, so it's not her, but I already knew that. Father Skerritt. I don't know. I don't have any reason to think he knew Miss Deane. Mr. Conventry. The event is the first time meeting Miss Deane. He is still my prime suspect. Miss Mantovani. I don't know. I cannot remove anyone. Well, I need 1 minute to go to 7. And then I'll have to go back to room 9, I'm guessing. The bar closes. People are more likely to be in their rooms now. So I want to go back to Dr. Callaghan's and Miss Callaghan's room. Nah, nothing at all. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go over the whole hotel. I'm gonna make sure I haven't missed anything with letters from No, wait. Yeah, Miss Deane's notes were that. I don't have anything else to find. So what can I do? Talk to Master Blake. I cannot do this yet. Investigate the Blake residence. I cannot do that yet. The only avenues of investigation I have left are the Callaghan. Investigate room 9, find more components, find correspondence. Was in direct communication with Miss Deane regarding a mentorship in the mystic arts. I should search the manor for any further correspondence that might have been hidden away. Now, where could correspondence between them be hidden away? We know she was accessing the bath. I don't think anything can be hidden in the bath now. But I guess it's not totally impossible. Mr. Conventry.
Mr. Ward, how are you?
What can you tell me about this locket? This is a strange one, Mr. Conventry, but I found a dropped locket in the southwest corridor, which I believe you are staying in. Why? That belonged to my dear dead wife, from before we married. Dabney, she was Elaine Dabney. I'm here hoping to speak with her, you see. I'm told something personal can help anchor the ghost. I must have dropped it. Thank you, Mr. Ward. You liar. Name mismatch. Mr. Coventry has given me 2 names for his deceased wife, Lillian Smith and Elaine Dabney. Sorry, what was your wife's name again? Lillian Coventry, Smith before we married. Oh, you told me her name was Elaine Dabney. Well, that was my first wife. A man my age has history, you see. I'll be keeping an eye on you. We are looking for correspondence. Could it be behind the newspapers? Random issues is focusing on how peaceful the region is. No. Private letters, jack-o'-lantern. Jack-o'-lantern. Private letter. Private letter. Look, nothing inside the bin. Crest. The Blake family crest covers the hotel. From this wooden shield knocked to windows to letterheads. Could there be something inside the telegraph room? I've examined all these places so many times, it's not gonna be anything here. Oh, Miss Barbosa, how are you? Wanted. Just gonna ask you about Callaghan. Have you spoken to Dr. Callaghan at all? Yes and no. It was good to talk to someone actually from the area. They gave me much advice and much to think about, but I did not get much sense of the doctor himself in these talks. His own does not give him much room to be. I asked him about his camera, but she kept dismissing it as modern nonsense, so I learned nothing. I hope he finds a way to get her off his back. It is not good to have bad relations with family.
I have...
Sure.
Nothing I didn't know there. So if I were a letter between Miss Deane and Dr. Callaghan, where would I be? If I wanted to keep my correspondence secret from my aunt, I would hide it. Probably in my camera. The camera I always look around. That's actually not a half bad idea. He's not here. Marquess is here. So let's see. Miss Mantovani.
Signor.
Maybe you can help. What can you tell me about Dr. Callaghan? Have you had the opportunity to meet Dr. Callaghan? I have. I have never met him before this event, but I am so pleased to have done so here. I think that we understand each other. I think perhaps I have made a friend. That is always a welcome surprise. His attempts to modernize certain practices are intriguing. What wonders this age brings with it. I wish I could be around when he cracks it, so I could see and congratulate him on the achievement. Did I ever ask you about Evelyn Deane? No. I don't suppose you've met Miss Deane, have you? We have met. Not here. Before in London, many times. She flutters from person to person to suit her own agenda. I have seen the damage she has caused, so I stay away. She cannot poison the flower she cannot land on.
That's all.
Of course.
That means Mantovani knew Miss Deane, so she is not the culprit. Only two left, Father Synod and the very suspicious Mr. Conventry.
Good.
Hello, sir.
Let's see. Can you help me with anything? Locker key, maybe? Looks like someone dropped this key in the hedge maze, Mrs. Joyce. Might you know what it's for? That looks like one of the keys for the bathhouse lockers. As you put it back where you found it, someone will need that. Yeah. What can you tell me from Dr. Callaghan? Have you met Dr. Callaghan? It's good to have such a distinguished local gentleman among the guests, sir. He seems like a smart boy. I'm sure he'll come to his senses and drop all this dark business his aunt's gotten him into.
I'll be off.
God bless you.
Not useful, sorry. Marquess. Crippled young master. It must be difficult, your son's injuries. I'm not sure which is worse, Mary's death or his injuries. To know so much of his life has been taken from him. He'll never ride a horse, nor dance with the woman he loves. Will he find love? Will it matter if he does? Or does the Blake line end with him? I would give anything, do anything, take any risk to undo what has been done to him, if that were an option. Evelyn Deane, have you spoken much with Miss Deane? She left before we'd had a chance to be introduced. A shame. I gather she is quite a woman and a capable practitioner of her art. And what can you tell me of Mr. Dr. Callaghan? Dr. Callaghan is from the area. Do you know him? Not especially, but I am glad he has come. I gather his talents are suitably impressive. What can you tell me of Mr. Coventry? Have you met with Mr. Coventry? I have tried to meet with each of the event's guests. Mr. Coventry's reason for being here mirrors my own. He has lost a wife. Hopefully he too gets what he wants from the Seance.
If you'll excuse me.
Of course. Hello again.
Notes on Milesian bloodlines. I heard recently that Miss Deane descends from a powerful bloodline of Milesians. Good for her. I've been told she's a talented practitioner. I'm not sure that her bloodline plays any part in that, but it sounds impressive. Hopefully not so impressive that some lunatic comes looking for her blood. Don't look at me like that, Mr. Ward. People have done worse for the promise of less. Can you tell me something about Mr. Callaghan? Have you had the opportunity to speak with Dr. Callaghan? I have. He's quite agreeable, and I've certainly met my match in him as to the scholarship side of things. Though my knowledge is purely academic, whereas his is lived and learned the hard way. The poor boy deserves a great deal more confidence in himself. Though with all the comparisons to his aunt, I'm not surprised that his pride has taken some hits.
Not at all, Miss.
Doesn't matter, this is not helping. I thought the bar was closed. Okay, I was wrong. Didn't it say bar closes? Bar close. I guess this is the last hour the bar is gonna be open. Fine. Now, could you be hiding something on your camera? Doesn't seem that way.
Mr. Ward.
Tell me something, man. Okay, I'm gonna keep asking you things until you tell me something useful. Did you know that Miss Deane comes from powerful blood? I didn't, though I expect nothing less from a practitioner of her caliber. Blood counts for more than it should, I know, but magically, certainly, hers seems unparalleled. Hellenistic ball. I can't say I was expecting a ball quite like that one. Me neither. Thankfully, I got a whiff of the drink and knew something was off. Since they alter one's mind state, knowing you have taken a hallucinogen can lead to a very different experience than not knowing. You didn't take it then. That is not what I said. Milesians? Do you know of the Milesians? Know of them. I am one, Mr. Ward, as are you, presumably. They are the race of men who came here and wrestled the right to settle from the gods. I do love the country, but some days I wish our ancestors had sailed to somewhere warmer. Strange occurrences. Have you had anything unexplainable happen to you while you were staying here? Calling anything unexplainable might be a point of contention, but I won't pretend nothing comes to mind when you ask. Unless someone is putting them there, which would be unsettling, I keep finding the bones of small animals under the rug in my room. Not many, but more than I can comfortably account for. Old well. Do you know anything about the well in the hedge maze? I do. It's old. Very old. From before this place was built. Probably not the only bit of antiquity around either. It's Fiat's belief that the well is the lifeblood of this entire region. I am inclined to agree with her. Hauntings. I've heard talk about this manor being haunted. Have you encountered anything of the sort? I have, yes. It's the crying in the hallways that bothers me the most. That and the damp patches in the wallpaper. That I would attribute just to this being an old building, except that the patches seem to move. The fire. What do you know about the Fae? Well, the name can refer to a few things. Generally, though, the Fae are thought to be inhabitants of the other world. It's unclear if they can cross over at will, or if they are trapped here looking for a way home. They are seen more often in the dark, rural parts of the land, where the cities and towns haven't invaded the land as thoroughly. They are most real, most present on this plane at this time of year, Samhain. A worry for us as Miss Mantovani and co undertake to pierce the veil. Might they see this as a way home? Hopefully not. Evelyn Deane. Have you met Miss Deane? I know her, yes. She's a gifted practitioner by all accounts, and she's a bit full of herself, don't you think? I think she could stand to be taken down a peg or two.
I have to be well.
I really don't know what to do with these guys.
We need to get.
Have you had the opportunity to meet Dr. Callaghan? The doctor, good for him, trying to dig himself out of this mud pit. Shame he can't wash the Irish off. No offense. What a nice guy. Dear Callaghan, have you met Miss Callaghan? A peculiar woman, that one. More forthright than she ought to be, I think. It's little wonder she hasn't found herself as...
Good day, Miss. Good.
I better stop talking to Mr. Skerritt. Mrs. Darcy.
Mr. Ward.
You have nothing interesting to tell me, right? Have you spoken to Dr. Callaghan? I have indeed. It will be the guests that saved this whole event for me, you know, Mr. Guard. With Dr. Callaghan among them. You don't know, or perhaps you do, what time without decent conversation can do to a person. I was expecting at least a fall from some local doctor, but it turns out he could give my Londonite sort a run for the money. They will be furious. They will be furious if they meet him. How wonderful!
That was all.
Good day.
Have you met Dr. Callaghan? I have. Of all the doctors I've met, and there have been a few, he's one of the most pleasant. That was probably helped by the fact we were talking about something other than my health, to be fair to the others. And who doesn't like a doctor who's worth their salt in the occult? Much more interesting than the usual sort.
I'll be off.
Don't let me keep.
Well, this has been another waste of time. Letter. I can't believe it. How many clues have I now missed that were open in full view of me? 3. Letter from Dr. Callaghan. It seems to be part of a longer conversation. He seems to be offering to meet her and teach her some Irish magic, despite some warning of refusal from Fia on the mother. Make no mistake, my respect for my aunt is unwavering. But she's rigid in her ways and she won't be persuaded on this. She prioritizes safety over progress, protection above any sort of advancement. You want recognition, of course you do, and I swear you shall have it. My aunt might not understand that, Evelyn, but I promise you I do. I might not be who you asked for, but I know the tradition in and out, and I think we could help each other. Consider it, won't you? Okay. How many other things have I missed? Now, Dr. Callaghan. Make hypothesis. Roddy Callaghan's goal is to escape his own shadow by proving these modern techniques are valid.
Dr. Callaghan wants to prove that the modern magical techniques are as valid as Fia's old ones. I should find and confront him about this.
To the bar. Alright, here we are at the bar. Again. Dr. Callaghan.
Mr. Ward, what can I do for you?
Your goal is to escape your own shadow by proving your modern techniques are valid.
The thing that I would say really shouldn't need proving. It probably seems ridiculous to you, Mr. Ward, being so focused on getting her to recognize me.
No. My older brother, he always overshadowed me. I began to take risks at work. It was an effort to be seen, and in the end it cost me dearly. It cost him dearly. I understand very well, Doctor.
Then maybe you can help. There has to be a way to prove to Fia that I'm not a child anymore. I've learned her ways and I'm not as good at them as she is, yes, but I've gained new knowledge she doesn't have. I've forged my own path, and I am her peer. If not now, then when? Take my research. Maybe she'll listen to you. Maybe there's another way to convince her. I no longer see a way forward, but I haven't entirely given up hope.
Okay, what did you give me? Miss Callaghan's components, find a way. Find a way. Dr. Callaghan's components. Miss Callaghan's components. Okay, can I ask you about those
Mr.
components? This is your bag of spells then. Not sure I would refer to it as such, but it's not entirely untrue either. Please do what I cannot, and help me convince my aunt that I am ready to, I suppose you could say, graduate.
I have to be well.
Then, to the hedge maze. I will still solve this one, and just in time for 8. Now, where is the well? Perform ritual.
So, why did you bring us both here, Mr. Ward? I have work to attend to.
Your ritual isn't working because you are divided. Times are changing, Miss Callaghan. The land is changing. And to protect them, you might need to be open to change too.
Rubbish! Go on then. Let's get this over with.
A dash of venom. Venomous viper fang. A metal that's blue. Some gallium. Bark from the tree known as yew. Some argon. Some wax. And top it off with a handful of flax.
We did it. We did it.
You're right. We did. I'm sorry, Rory. I've been too hard on your ways. Too hard on you. I wanted the old way to be the only way. Maybe because I am the old way. Maybe I'm not ready to hand over the role yet. But now I know that when I do, you're ready for it.
Thank you, Fia. That means a lot. Now, what was that green glow?
I'm not sure, but I feel the better for it. Reinvigorated. Whatever that lot have planned for this séance, I feel ready for them. I feel like we're ready for them. You'll join me, won't you?
I'd be honored to, Aunt.
Mystery solved. Miss Callaghan will be protected at the Seance. She has healed the land with the help of her nephew. Mystery solved. Dr. Callaghan will be protected at the Seance. His aunt accepted his help, his ways to protect the land. Only one bit left. 8 o'clock. Just in time. 8 minutes past 8. Silent dinner, dining room. So not really just in time. It went a bit over. Okay, I do need to attend the silent dinner.
Sorry, Mr. Ward, but I had to ask you to go inside. We're getting ready for the séance out here at 9 p.m. this evening and needed to be empty. Thanks. Right. I have a dinner to get to.
Okay, then let's go to the silent dinner room. Where is the dinner room? Where is the dining room? Here.
Mr. Ward, will you be joining the silent dinner? A reminder, sir, that the silent dinner is different to the other meals. Silent being the operative word here. No talking, please, unless you'd like to upset our guests, and they're unnerved by staring, so none of that. Secondly, there will be no staff. We'll be having our own meal in the servants' hall, though of course your food has already been prepared. Thirdly, I've been told to impress upon you that this is a deeply spiritual event. If you feel the need to leave, that's fine, but don't disturb anyone. That should be all, if you'll allow me to show you to your seat.
When will I have the time to go to the Blake residence then?
Ghosts?
Lord save me. I cannot get used to this.
Laura? She returned for this, despite being freed.
Mrs. Lau's husband.
Is that Mary Blake? Why is she facing away?
Alexander Quinn? I suppose I shouldn't stare. Varley said it upsets them. Then, I suppose, all there is to do is eat.
What is this?
There is a key here. The note reads, Blake residence now. Mrs. Joyce, I assume. Perhaps it's a good time to investigate, since the Marquess and most of the guests appear to be here.
Well, that answers that question then. With surprise, Simon wasn't seated at that table. All right. Lake residence. Basement annex. Entrance hall. Start taking a look at the basement. Don't expect much here, so this should be quick. Yeah, this just connects with the rest of the basement. We need to find Walter Blake. We need to learn about him. What is his relationship with Mr. Conventry? Is he a vampire? There is less than 1 hour to the seance. Entering the Blake residence is the point of no return. Are you confident in the knowledge you have gained about the culprit and suspects thus far? Proceed. So this begins the endgame. What is going on in here? It's all boarded up. Mrs. Joyce was right. Things are not right here. Time is all wonky. Cool. Is this fresh? Locked door. It's locked. Hasn't been opened in a while. I suspect there is nothing I need from here. More angels. No ghosts, at least. A defaced family portrait. I wonder if I do have all the time I want, or the armor is looking away. They've been turned to face the walls. Chair. What state of mind was he in? What state of mind is he in? Debris. Drafts of invites for a handful of participants. Only O'Finn, Deane and Mantovani names are here. These papers, the scrawlings on them are largely indecipherable, and many pages are ruined from liquid being spilled on them. Gather mystics. Seance will channel their life energy. Psychically jolt. When the veil is at its thinnest, open the portal. Wake the god from its sleep. Its letter S has been drawn over in red ink. Nearly empty. It is sticky with alcoholic residue. This must be to allow Walter Blake to move between floors. statue. The statues have been blindfolded. Somebody did not want anyone, anything, watching them. Portrait of the Blake family. There is another one of these in the atrium, if I remember correctly. They look quite similar. Why are there gates in here? And why are they locked? Sacred Laboratory. Jackboard. It looks to be sort of a lineage map. Starts with 3 names from long ago. Iberfin, Amergin, and Remon. It works its way down then to modern times. At the bottom many names are struck out but 2 are circled. Evelyn Deane, Domal O'Finn. The 3rd lineage has been erased after the name Grain Ni Imergen, the Milesian bloodline. The gate is sealed by 3 locks, each requiring the blood of the Milesian who locked it. Notes, schematics for some kind of machine that harnesses lightning to some end. Esoteric book. This book seems to be part science, part occult. An attempt to marry the two? I can't begin to imagine what this represents. Whatever meaning this may have is lost on me. I don't understand the text as a whole, but some parts of this grid have been circled. 74, 53, 26. A periodic table with the names, abbreviations, and details of the elements. I wonder if these are related to the ring numbers in a mathematics book. What were those numbers I just said? 74, 53, 26. 74, W, 53. Wife. W-I-F-E, wife. Scroll. Work on distilling power from blood. Papers. Research for various contraptions like the voltaic battery in the telegraph room. Personal records of the Blakes, including various journals and other accounts over the years. Jars full of human organs and animals preserved in a strange fluid. An assortment of chemicals and poisons. Records of experiments. I am not knowledgeable enough to wholly make sense of them, but they seem unorthodox. From the notes, these seem to be ancient scrolls of dark magic. The delusion of generations. A smear would not be enough to open the gate. Not a drop could be wasted to ensure success. Then a note. The blood must be fresh. They cannot perish before exsanguination. Jars full of human organs and animals preserved in a strange fluid. blueprints of the grounds. It seems he was looking for something hidden here. Yards full of human organs, financials including land and other assets. Financials, books written in many languages, none of which I can read. Books on magic and fringe sciences, a very different selection to the library in the hotel. Scientific bust. The head is covered in many segments, each with letters on them. They seem to press inwards. I wonder why. I do know why. Which buttons and in what order? Are the floorboards shaking? A hidden door. Is this a shrine to Mary Blake? I don't think that I should touch anything in here. All of this feels very dangerous. I really can't touch anything. Doesn't allow me to disobey. Her clothes. I think the Marquess is not okay in the head. But then what? Is Conventry not guilty? Did I just miss details on Conventry? He was lying. He was... Oh, look. Hello. Are you Mary? Blake history. An account stating that once he had taken the fort here, Edward Blake forced himself on the chieftain's daughter. Her name was Goibniu Emerging, and she bore him a son. Thus was the Blake line carried on, intertwined with the people of this place. There is no record of what happened to her after the birth. The letter P has been scrawled across the page with red ink. It seems to map the Blake lineage back as far as Edward Blake, the man who built this place and planted his family here. It looks like one branch of the family has been erased. I cannot make out any names, but from this they would be cousins of the Marquess. Am I descendant of Edward Blake? Is Conventry descendant of Edward Blake? An empty bedroom. Books on Irish mythology, magic and the old ways. Sections on Tir na Nog have been circled. That's the land of eternal youth, the Irish afterlife. Scrolled across this, we will send that thing through the portal in exchange for Mary. The letter Y has been repeatedly circled in red ink. A mattress. Has Blake been sleeping in here? Note. It's listing of all Blake family birth records, with all names marked off but two, Jonathan Blake and Walter Blake. Across the page is scrawled, "It must be." Nothing in here catches my eye. Safe. I don't have a combination just yet. So let's take a look. Simple projector with the lens cap still on, but it doesn't have any slides. Just light. Am I missing something? It's just a wall. Granted, it's a well-lit one. Seems like you can see one of the seagulls in here. Could this be the same number, 74, 53, 26? Seems unlikely. Yeah, it doesn't go that far. No, I don't know the code for this yet. There is a number here, 1884. (1884). Would that be the code? 1884. Oh, no, reset. 18 8 4. No, that was not it. What am I missing? The ghost is gone. I still can't touch anything there. But even if I can't touch anything, I also cannot see any numbers. What am I missing? I have inspected everything there was to inspect here. No, not everything. Equipment. A range of scientific equipment, but I cannot make out the specifics of the experiment. If indeed these all relate to the one project. Okay, that was not important. Air broadline. Investigate the Blake residence. Find the safe code. There must be clues nearby which will help me decipher the code to open the safe. It has to be in that room. I don't think I need to go back. Spy. An old safe links to SPY. Perhaps the letters I found scrawled in red ink have something to do with the safe combination. Don't know why you would think that. But alright, then B is 16. S is 19 and Y is 25. That didn't open. S is 19. E is 16. Y is 25. Certainly. I don't know. Letter E. Letter S. Oh, wait. There is no S here. Yeah, there is 16, 15, 39. Okay, so that's gonna be it. 16, 15, 39. Save contents, pile of projector slides. And this, a stone with a hole carved in the center. Why would this be in a safe? The note says, these hackstones will keep us safe during the seance. Make sure Walter has one. I may take one too. Alright, here I am back. Hours later for me, seconds later for you. So, I had just opened the safe, and the safe had given me some slides and a protection stone. Set the slides. Stars. Is there a pattern hidden among the stars? I'll adjust the dials and see if a solution will make itself clear. That did something. Okay. Oh, that also did something. And that. And that. I've seen this before in my dreams. I wonder. This is the same shape I've seen in my dreams. Damn it, lost it. I wish I hadn't expected that. What are you hiding, Marquess? Let's enter the void, the space between the wall. I seem to be in an empty closet. The wall has sealed itself up. There is no going back. Narcy. Somebody is coming. Marcus Blake.
My boy. It is time. I know this is hard for you. But think of your mother.
Intends to sacrifice his child to try to resurrect his wife.
Your sacrifice will bring her back to us.
And Miss Deane and Mr. Finn.
And bring you back to me. Your chair gone. Your voice restored.
That I don't know where he's getting from.
You will not be dead for long. I promise.
Sorry to interrupt, sirs. ready for you at the seance?
Yes, of course.
What on earth?
But there's no one on the chair.
Oh, young master, you look so smart. His mother would be so proud.
What?
She will be, yes.
Is he mad?
We had best get moving. Time, as they say, waits for no man.
The chair was empty. But both the Marquess and the housekeeper spoke as if it wasn't. Were they under another spell? Is Walter Blake even real? Oh, he must be. I've seen his portraits in the Manor.
Okay, yeah. I see now. I was thinking Conventry could be a Blake. Conventry is a Blake. Conventry is Walter Blake. Or Jonathan Blake. He is under the same spell as the staff. Okay, what can I learn from here? Children's book, this is slightly out of place. Tales of a little white rabbit and the value of being kind. Can't imagine it's ever been read. A collection of short stories for small children, each imparting a biblical lesson. It looks completely untouched, and yet it's lying on the floor as though it's just been read. Don't see anything of note. Stuffed bear. Stuffed bear that looks as though it's never had the joy of being held. Rocking horse. Its polish isn't even a scratch. Has there never been a Walter Blake? Painting of Mary Blake. These meals are untouched and cold, but they are fresh, prepared earlier today. Dog on wheels, little dog on wheels, no phrase in its leash, no paint of its wheels. Wheelbarrow. Spotless alphabet blocks arranged to spell the word God in a wheelbarrow that looks as good as new. Pristine toys, strewn about as if they have been used but absolutely pristine. Toy soldier in mint condition. I don't think it's ever been played with. Jack in the box, its strings are stiff with disuse. Children's book. Stories about a little boy's adventures on the hunt for long lost treasure. There is no indication that it's ever been opened. A children's book about a little girl who lives with her grandfather in the mountains. Heidi. Pages are stuck together like it's brand new. Nothing in here. This must be to allow Walter Blake to move between floors, but that's only if Walter Blake exists. That portrait, I wonder. Jonathan Blake. He looks younger here and more content. There is a glint of something missing from his expression. Anger, sorrow, I cannot tell. So the Marquess is Jonathan Blake. I forgot he was named Jonathan. Mary Blake. Her expression is unhappy.
The young master is here, but... No. Wait. This paint is different. It's fresher, newer. Somebody has added him to the picture and altered the mother's arms to hold him. He isn't real. He is a fabrication that the Marquess and the staff seem to believe is real. But why?
But it is unlocked. Is Walter Blake an illusion created by the Tuatha De Danann to motivate the Marquess to do the Seance? Jonathan Blake intends to sacrifice his son to redeem his wife, but Walter Blake isn't real. Redeem to resurrect his wife.
Walter Blake seems to be a shared hallucination between at least the staff and the Marquess. But the paintings of him, they are very real. He has been freshly painted in over original paintings. It's a very good forgery. I only realized when I knew to look for it. How can that be?
We need a good painter. The images are torn from other pictures. There was a real Walter Blake who is now gone. Culprit is a skilled painter.
This level of replication, not just here but in all the portraits, suggests the culprit is an expert artist. I have picked up another. I wonder if there's anyone I could... And if not...
Mystery solved. Blake residence. Walter Blake is not real. Skilled painter has been adding him to paintings. Not only is he not real, he is not a vampire either. Mystery solved. Walter Blake cannot be saved. Walter Blake is not a real boy, but some form of mass hallucination that the Marquess and the staff are experiencing. This ritual, it doesn't seem like anyone is going to survive. It's also my last chance to find and save Evelyn Deane. I need to get out of there and stop it. First, the culprit. Father Synod is not a great artist. That means Conventry is actually the culprit. Nine o'clock. The grand seance in the hedge maze. I need to get there. I lost track of time. The seance will be starting soon. I need to get out to the hedge maze and put a stop to this before it is too late. Oh good, I am going to be teleported there. Walter's wheelchair. They wheeled it out this far, then abandoned it. What does Blake think is happening here? It's Mantovani.
The circle is sealed. We call now upon the spirits.
It looks like they have begun. Oh, I also cannot go anywhere else. A lot of people missing. It's for me, waiting for me. I shouldn't keep them waiting any longer.
To come forth, be witnessed by us, be heard by us. Age posco. Nego te recusare.
Good lord.
Oh, stone broke. Is that skeleton the Marquess? I couldn't save him. I'm alive. I'm okay. But Carmela, that was Mantovani. Yes, and the others, I don't know. He's dead. Something broke through here. What's that? That seems dangerous. Can I do a quick save? What happens if I get close to those demons, to those fae?
What are those things? Are they fae?
That happens. Failed. Died on the ground of Blake Manor. The result of your actions, 19 of the people in the manor survived. Which way are we going? This is the portal. Magic doorway.
The energy goes this way. But how? My head.
Speak your name to enter.
It wants the culprit's name. But who?
I'm Conventry.
Welcome, Simon.
Mausoleum. A bed with research materials on it. Was Conventry sleeping down here before the event? Dedication. Here lies Norman Blake. Died in Church Cave In, 1805-1836, where it says, buried as he lived, alone, is scratched over frantically. Notes. Notes on the ritual I found under Miss Deane's bed. Mr. Finn's too. Some rough notes of Finn recognized me. After all these years, he was only a child when I visited his camp, seeking their wisdom. Even my own flesh and blood didn't know me. In hindsight, I was probably memorable enough, a wealthy outsider coming to ask of their god. I shouldn't have panicked and attacked him though. That was risky. But what if he outed me? Thankfully, I played in those catacombs as a lad and know all their secrets. My back is in agony today for it. I have taken most of a bottle to ease the pain. By tonight, back troubles will be a future problem. This time I will care better for my joints. Laudanum. Bottle of painkiller, it is empty. I think he wants to become Walter Blake, as in become younger, and take the name of Walter. This time, the tag says Miss Deane, so this is where it was brought. Has he done this other times? Is this actually Edward Blake? Here lies Norman Blake, died in Church Cave In, 1805-1836. The same dedication in both sides, that's weird. Photograph of Walter Blake, but the writing on the back says Henry Blake, 1836. That was Conventry as a child, Henry Blake.
A collection of papers, a birth certificate, and a journal. It's the birth certificate of a Henry Blake, who seems to be the older cousin of Jonathan Blake, the actual heir to the title and lands here. His father died when he was still a young lad. Rather than pass the title and lands to Henry, an attempt was made on his life by Jonathan Blake's father. Then his mother took him and fled. She died soon after, leaving him alone in the world. All he had were his father's notes, the notes that resulted in his death, among them the sigil. He spent much of his life studying the occult to make sense of the sigil, and eventually much older he returned to the manor. Armed with the understanding of the ground's secrets, he had adopted the identity of Simon Coventry, a man who had also recently lost his wife. Over this he bonded with the Marquess, and used that to gain the access he needed to search the grounds. He found the chamber his father had died opening, and was able to get inside. That is where he discovered Goibniu, locked in a deep sleep. The god's dreams already coloured by the events happening around him. Coventry took advantage of this through prayer and something he calls his Shrine of Images. And Goibniu's dreams reshaped the minds of everyone around him into thinking there was a Walter Blake who's been crippled in the accident that killed his mother. Because to unlock the gate he needs Blake blood. It says here they are the last of the third Milesian bloodline. The Marquess will kill himself, thinking he both kills and frees his son. The god's dream can't force anyone to act outside of their interest. He couldn't be made to kill himself, but he could be tricked into doing it for the right reason. Then with Blake gone and the god freed, Coventry will ask for his reward, to have his youth returned. He will then take his place as the heir in the form of Walter Blake, the son with paintings, documents and mesmerized staff to vouch for him as the next in line to the title.
They use paintings of Walter Blake that Conventry must have discarded for whatever mistakes he feared people would see through. The reference photograph has Henry Blake 1840 written on the back. Seal. Seal fell out of the pile. There's no exit then. I thought there was another exit. The ritual. Conventry. Make hypothesis. Simon Coventry's goal is to free the entity in order to assume the role of his magical fabrication, Walter Blake, to inherit his ancestral home because his real identity is ousted heir Henry Blake.
Simon Coventry is really Henry Blake, ousted heir of the Blake title and fortunes. He has returned with the intent of using magic to reclaim what was taken from him. I need to stop him.
Mystery solved. Who is Mr. Coventry? Now what? What can I do? Now is when having a gun could prove useful. More Fae. There is more of them. They are closing in on the church. I'm too late. Couldn't save the Marquess. The Fae are inside the church. There's nowhere left to go. Chamber. Goibniu. The portal. Coventry. Henry Blake is praying to the entity, to the smithing god Goibniu. Don't make a sound.
It's Mr. O'Finn. He seems to still be alive. I can't see a way to open this and get him out. Miss Deane! I need to find a way to get her out while she's still alive.
Shh. Now, Walter. No tears now. Not long to go. Mummy will be home soon. Thanks to you. Her big, brave boy.
Who was the dead guy in the church then? Was that the priest?
This will only hurt a moment. Then Daddy will talk with the floating man and bring you and her back. Then we'll all be together again. One big happy family. What are you doing here? I won't let you stop this.
I need to get through to him. You cannot save your family. You've been tricked by Henry Blake so he can take over your ancestral home.
Fool. But I would have all I could ever. Who was restraining me? And where is my son? Where is my boy? He should be here, shouldn't he? No. I thought. No. I didn't. They were not my thoughts. Not at all. They were put there. There is no water. Just a cruel illusion. Oh, my boy, taken from me. And Mary, my Mary, she is truly gone. Never coming back. Who would make a man think such things? Have such hope? You're right. I have been fooled by a relation I did not even know existed. Fooled by the only real flesh and blood that I have.
Oops.
Get off me, you fool!
How could you do this to me? You gave me hope. You gave me a son, only to take them from me.
Some lucidity, is it? I am only doing to you what your grandfather did to me. I should have been the Marquess of Deane, and I will be. Islam, Jonathan! You will be nothing!
Well, that's probably more than enough blood from the third Milesian bloodline. The Marquess could not be saved. Marquess Blake was determined to resurrect his wife at any cost, but he had been tricked into nearly sacrificing himself by the ousted Herr Henry Blake, posing as Simon Conventry. Top Coventry Street Wall. Okay, how? There. Nothing there. Nothing. Machinery. What are these bats? That is pointless. These look like much older than the bats. Perhaps they're the original locks that the Milesians used to seal the gate. Painting of Mary. Henry Blake wielded grief like a whip to a slave. Broken stone. Broken pillar. Clearly it had a sigil carved into it, but I cannot make it out now. Intact stone. A pillar with a sigil carved into it, but what is it for? Goibniu.
the Tuatha Danann and the Milesians faced off for the final time at the Battle of Taltiu. After much death, a truce was called. They agreed to halve the land between them. However, the Milesians tricked the gods by claiming the top half, so the Tuatha Danann went below ground through this here portal. Goibniu stayed behind to build a lock for the portal that could only be opened again by him and the 3 Milesian leaders, using their blood. Once the portal was closed, he fell into a deep slumber, from which his dreams inspired those who lived here for millennia. Until war came to the land once again. Oliver Cromwell and his forces arrived, led in this region by Edward Blake. They killed those living here, the people Goibniu had formed a bond with over the generations. Their blood seeped into this chamber and tainted his dreams. He felt alone and scared. He feels alone and scared still. He just wants to go home to his people.
Okay, I cannot get any closer. These tiles, they seem to be a kind of control panel. I should be able to arrange them in such a way to allow me to perform a sigil here. But what sigil? Oscaoil, open, done, close, Scaoil. Which is the one to kill the powerful otherworldly entity's body, thus freeing its soul. It's also Atais Pe'ain. For Scaoil, I would need it like this. Mystery solved. Come with me if you want to live with the achievement for saving Mr. Ofen.
So... this is where the man who saved my life spends his time.
Miss Deane?
You'll join me.
Yes. I think at the very least, I will give you a drink.
Freed from the vase's curse, Miss Hisham became obsessed with seeking out other cursed items hidden across the globe. Miss Montevani's family were devastated with the news of her death, but at least her last wish had been carried out, and they were set for many comfortable years. Mr. O'Mara's angel led him deep into the unknown parts of the world. I never learned in search of what. With the curse lifted, Miss Quinn was free to raise her siblings in safety. She supported them only by her earnings as a poet. Mrs. Darcy disposed of her husband's ghost on her route home. She later turned the events of the manor into the acclaimed horror novel, Eldritch House. Mr. Hunter left the manor and spent his remaining years breeding champion horses for the MacLeod family. Mr. Doyle left Ireland to see the world. Free from his obligation, Mr. Dupre returned to New Orleans. With a newly opened mind, Mrs. Joyce accompanied him to the New World. Mr. Toussaint shared his account of the Séance with his societal fellows, after which it was agreed he should spearhead a new department of supernatural investigations. He also published a paper, thoroughly correcting every element that Mrs. Darcy had embellished in her novel. Miss Callaghan finally retired and passed the role of Dree on the Dr. Callaghan. Mrs. Erickson destroyed all remnants of her magical persona and started a new life away from all things supernatural.
With her family lands returned to her, along with the Quinn fortune, Miss Barbosa began a new life in Ireland.
Mrs. Lau and Miss MacLeod retired to a cottage outside London. They never attended another mystical event. Mr. O'Finn went deep into the forest and was never seen again. Miss Murphy continued the studies she began under Miss Deane and used that power to create a better life for herself. With Miss Callaghan's help, she was able to reunite with her daughter. Father Sinnott retired and spent his last few years exploring the forests of Ireland with his hound, Seamus. Mr. Skerritt established the Skerritt Foundation, which set up schools and hospitals for the underprivileged. He is thought of fondly by those he helped. Mr. Varley used the treasure to purchase the manor. He turned it into a refuge for lost souls. He kept the name Blake Manor.
Detective Ward saved 21 out of 21 people. 36 out of 37 mysteries solved. The only mystery I didn't solve, I think, is Jonathan Blake's, because I never went to have dinner with him. I'm gonna have to replay that part somehow. So I saved everyone I could save. But then, does that mean there is no way of saving Miss Mantovani or the Marquess? Well, what a game. I want to see the other endings, what happens if you open the portal, if you close the portal. I've really liked this game. Very nice investigation, progress. The way it is weaved with Irish mythology and Irish Celtic religions and Irish history. It's very nicely done. I hope they do more games like this. We never had any closure with our brother, with Simon, and the fact that it was Miss Deane's father, the owner of the building, that also was irrelevant in the end. Miss Deane's father was a non-entity here. Okay, so let's see what happens if I open the portal instead.
He just...
Open. I need 3 in line. Maybe this? No, I need to start here. Portal is open. And here come the Fae. Not the horses. It's the end of the world as we know it. And credits, nothing more. Try again. Okay, so now let's try closing the portal. Portal is closed. It's going to be very different. Yelling Goibniu. That's all for Lake Manor, except I'll probably go back. Do I have a save on day 3, 12:59. Isn't that just before lunch? Yes. Okay, so let's have lunch with the Marquess. Let's see what did I miss there.
Mr. Ward.
I am. In fact, the Marquess has invited me to join him for a meal.
Very good. Let me take you to your seat.
Ah, Mr. Ward. Good to speak with you again. I trust you are enjoying your time with us here at the Manor. You will join me for lunch then?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for the offer. I will admit, it is not often that I get to dine with nobility.
What brought you here, Mr. Ward?
I beg your pardon.
Are you a student of the occult? You are a working man, so I do not think you are here to climb social ladders. Perhaps you lost somebody.
Evelyn Deane, brother, the tenants, stay silent.
I lost my brother, Eamon. We were firemen.
Were?
I stopped after a blaze took him. I know fishermen who think that when the sea takes them, it's their time to go. I never met a fireman who felt the same about flames.
I am sorry for your loss. My wife, she died in a carriage accident. Same one that crippled our boy. Do you know there are reports of over 100 different ghosts wandering these grounds? But not her. After it happened, I would wheel Walter around night after night, hoping to see her. Eventually, he asked to stop coming. Not long after that, I gave up too. Maybe gave up is being unfair on myself, given this event. I have somehow convinced myself that if all this is true, this business with the Seance, maybe I can see her again. speak with her again. The silent dinner, Mr. Ward. Will you invite your brother to it?
Yes.
I think I will. Yes.
I shall have the housekeeper lay a place out for him then. It is at 8 p.m. sharp this evening. You would not want to miss him should he come.
So that's why my brother wasn't there.
Now, if you will excuse me, there is a lot to prepare for later on. Good day, Mr. Ward.
Ghosts? Lord save me. I cannot get used to this. The ghost from the hedge maze.
Interesting. I never learned her name in this playthrough. I don't know any of the others.
Mary Blake. Why is she facing away? Alexander Quinn. Eamon? I did not think that you could actually could have actually. I suppose I shouldn't stare. Varley said it upsets them. Then, I suppose, all there is to do is eat. There is a key. The note reads, "Where did this come from? Perhaps it's a good time to invest."
Some days after this, and still annoyed by the mystery I had missed, I went back, loaded an older save file, and tried to determine which one was it. I found out that the mystery I had not solved was Mr. Finn's, who, after his disappearance, I was never able to investigate properly. Turns out I missed a conversation with Miss Callaghan, shown here. I asked her about Mr. Finn. He's a good laugh. We've known each other for a long time. If you knew his druidic code of conduct, you'd know he and I are singing the same song, just with different harmonies. This was enough to unlock Mr. Finn's hypothesis after I decoded the secret documents in Miss Deane's room. Somehow of Finn's goal was to protect the land, as it is his ancient duty as a descendant of the Milesian rulers.
So Mr. O'Finn is of an ancient bloodline of Milesian sorcerers, as is Miss Deane. Is that why they've gone missing? There are 3 such bloodlines. Is there a descendant of that third line? If so, then who? And were they brought here? Then taken because of their ancestral relationship with the Tuatha Dé Danann and Goibniu?
After this, it was just a matter of finishing the game, again solving the rest of the mysteries, including this time Mr. Finn's. Nothing major changed, but here you can see what happens when all the lights go off. Nothing. There was also no effect on the seance itself. However, there is one final extra thing you get in the ending after finishing all mysteries.
Do you think this will work?
I have no idea. But I have read her notes. She knew what she was doing. There's no harm in trying, right?
I'm not sure you can say that. Not after everything. But yes, let's do it.
Age posco. Nego te recusare. there?
Hello, brother.
I'm very happy to have played Seance, of played Manor. It is now one of my favorite investigation games I've ever played. It's a pity that probably it doesn't have a lot of replay value, given that you end up solving most of the mysteries in just one playthrough. But maybe with time, it would be nice to see how much more efficient you can be if you don't miss things like clear combinations at eye level in the stable and things like that. I don't know what will be the next long play I'll do here. I have several other games in my list. As always, I accept recommendations, so just leave me a comment if you know of any similar games to this one that I should be aware of and thinking of playing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, consider subscribing, and also consider sharing this video with other people that could enjoy it. And I will see you next time in William Ware Games Corner. Goodbye.